listen-only mode.
Swagatam adya budhavasarah dinankaha ashtamaha 8th of February Vyakarana Vibhagaha Tadhita Prakaranam Ramo Tatpashad Avyay Samasa Prakaranam Uttamataha Mangalacharanam Ramo Rajamanis Sada Vijayate Ramam Ramesham Bhaje Ramena Bhiyata Nishacharachamu Ramaya Tasmai Namaha Ramanasti Parayanam Parataram Ramasya Dasosmyaham Rame Chittale Sada Bhautame Bho Ramamamudhara Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranama Tattalyam Rama Nama Varanane Shri Rama Nama Varanana On Namiti Atha Shri Maheshwara Sutrani Ai Un Rulrak E Ong I Ouch Hayavarat Lan Nyamanga Na Nam Jabain Garadash Jab Garadash Kapha Cha Cha Tha Cha Cha Thav Kapaisha Sha Sar Hal Iti Maheshwara Sutrani. First of all, I'd like to make a correction from last time. Shuddhikaranam Lajjitosmi Bhrasham. This is very embarrassing error I made last class. Let's go back to Sutram 5237, which we talked about. In fact, let's go to the book for 1 second. In the book, we were here on page number 146. We're talking about the Sutram Matra, the Pratyaya Matrach. And in that Sutram, in the book is only given Matrach, but we looked at the Sutram Matrach Vidhayaka Sutram. Pramane Dvaya Sach Dagnang Matrachaha. And I was making the mistake of saying Dadnan. It's a Kavarga Chaturtha Varnaha. Ka Kha Ga Gha. So this is very embarrassing, but please make the correction. In the last class, I had a Dhakara there instead of a Ghakara. So the Pratyaya is Dagnach. Dagnach, not Dadnach. So one more time, in the last class, we looked at the Sutram Pramane Dvaya Saj Dagnang Matrachaha. So that number is, let me see if I can get back there. It was the last point in the book, So Pramane Dvaya Saj Dagnai Matrachaha. So this is a Ghakara, Ka Kha Ga Gha. So Kavargasya Chaturtha Varnaha. Kavargasya Chaturtha Varnaha. I had a typo here. I had a Dhakara. Of course, this Pratyaya is not very common, so unfortunately I had the wrong thing over here. In fact, to be very honest, I have not seen Dakhnach being used anywhere, to the best of my knowledge. Of course, not in Gita or in place, but even like in Ramayanam, Bhagavatam, it may be there, but not very common at all. So one more time, last time is in the Sutram 5237. It is Dagnach. Kavarga Chaturtha Varnaha, not Dhakara. It is Ghakara. Okay, so that was the error I made last time. So Kshamyatam. Yes, sir.
Yeah. The Dagnach and the other Pratyayas, in what sense are they brought in?
But they are brought in Pramane, but only, we also saw last time, the reason I think they are not used as much as Matrach, because Matrach can be any kind of dimension. While we say that Prathamascha Dvitiyascha Urdhvamane Matau Mama, only in sense of height. So we say like, Nabhi Dvayasi Parikha, means this is a trench which comes up to the navel. So it's only dimension, only height dimension. So while Matrach can be used in any kind of dimension, any kind of size, so that is the reason why this Dvaya Saj and Dadnach are not used. Anyway, still it was my mistake. It should be Dad. I'm doing it again, I think. Excuse me. It should be Kavarga Chaturtha. Dag. Ka Kha Ga Gha. Dagnach. Okay. I won't forget it now. When I make a mistake in the class, that is the time I really learn. I really learn something when I make a mistake in the class. Dagnacha. Okay, now, and then at the end of last year, there was a question about Upanishad. Upanishad is derived in a variety of ways. In fact, in Apte, look at Upanishad in Apte. He has given, as per, Bhashyakaraha and some other sources, there are some interesting derivations given. Now, as I said to you, Vyakaranam wise, okay, let's go to Apte for 1 second. So I looked them up, because it was getting late last class. So, okay, Upanishad. Upanishad has been derived in some interesting ways. Says that Yatha ye imam brahma vidyam upayanti atma bhavena shraddha bhakti purassaraha santah tesham garbha janma jara rogadyanartha pugam. Pugam means this entire train of problems, list of chain of problems. Nishatayati, it trims down. Nishatayati. So just catch on to the verb. Nishatayati. So basically, anartha pugam nishatayati. Paramva brahma gamayati. Avidyadi samsara karanam cha atyantam avasadayati. Vinashayati iti Upanishad. And this is the critical part in this. Upanipurvasya sadehe evam arthasmaranat iti bhashyakaraha. So what they've done is that, I think the sutram being used is that, we saw last class the sutram where Panini has, where he mentions the sad dhatu, sadr, in this sutram 3-61, satsu, dvisha, druha, duha, yuja, vida, vida, chida, ji, ni, raja, upasarge, equip. So, okay, but this is kartari equip, means doing that action. And really, upa means like close by, ni can be like down. Sadhana means like to sing, to droop, to sit also. So Upanishad could be sitting close. Of course, the Upanishad is a text now. It is that the text is not sitting close by. When I look at what has been done here is that I think this is from one of Shankara's commentaries, and he has given the commentary as he gives ye imam brahma vidyam upayanti tesham. So for those who approach his Brahma Vidya, for them what does it do? It says this, Garbha, Janma, Jara, Rogadyanartha Pugam Nishatayati. It trims down, it cuts off this entire train of problems, like, Garbhavasa, etc. So anyway, bottom line is if you Nishatayati he has used. Now how would you get Nishatayati from Upanishad? First of all, within here, you can see the pratyaya niche is in here. Nishatayati. So there is no niche in Upanishad. So this points to one more thing which you want to maybe keep. Sometimes the meaning to stretch or to accommodate antarvarti niche. Antarvarti niche means that there is a niche inside there, which is not actually being used, but it is implying a niche inside there. This is how you can extend some of the meanings, that sometimes if the meaning is so, you like to get the meaning. In fact, here avasadayati also is given some avasadayati. And if you look at apte, if you look at the dhatu sad in the causative, in fact, I think comes in Gita also. Let me just check quickly. Natmanam, in fact, chapter 6, Natmanam avasadayet. Yes, definitely it does. Uddhared atmanatmanam, Natman is a very famous shloka of Gita. Uddhared atmanatmanam, Natmanam avasadayet. One should not strike oneself down. One should not put oneself down. Uddhared atmanatmanam, Natmanam avasadayet. Avasadayet means to kind of to destroy or to put down, or so if you look at but then that is because there is a niche pratyaya in there, to cause to go down. See, as I said, sad is to sit down, to droop, to sing, like Arjuna Vishada Yoga, right? We have chapter 1 of Gita. So, but to cause somebody to go down is to avasadayet. Now here, if you look at apte in the dictionary, you will see avasad with the pratyaya niche, it takes all these meanings. But Upanishad, there is no niche in there. There's no niche because it'll become sadi. add nish, it will become atopadhayaha, it will become sadi. There's no nishpatti. But you can sometimes kind of stretch it to say, well, niche is actually in there. It's not just being used explicitly. There's an implicit niche in there, is what we can say. It says causative is to cause, to sink, to render down, to ruin, to without, so it says to remove, avasadayati, so to destroy, to kill. That's only with the niche in the causative. Otherwise, it's not. To sink down, to fail, to, to droop, to suffer. But of course, the Upanishad is not suffering. It is causing, it is destroying. It is causing all your problems to go down, basically, if you simply in English, okay? So these meanings, yes, looks like he has used this sutram, the same sutram which you're talking about in the class. But two things have happened here. Is that the quip has been used, of course, kartari quip, kartari krit by 3467, but because of the upasarga vashad, because of the upasarga uparni, some meanings have changed. And then I think they're also assuming there's like an implicit causative in there, which is not in the dhatu. So the final statement which Bhashyakara makes, he says that upani purvasya sadehe evam arthasmaranat. So this is the kind of meaning in which upa plus ni plus sad is used. So that's the usage way. It's arthasmarana means that's the way it is known to be used in the language. Okay. So the meaning which I gave last from Amar Kosha, pure grammatical meaning, but there's some more down here also. There's some more other meanings down here. See, similar thing is given, I think, let's see, Upanishad, there's some more down here saying that Upaniyatamatmanam brahma pastadvayam yataha nihanti. Same thing, nihanti avidyam tajjancha. Tasmad Upanishad bhavet. Nihanti, again to kill, to destroy. Now Upanishad itself will not give that meaning. So here also is implying either because upasargas upani or an implicit causative in there. Same thing here, nihanti anarthamulam, they all basically are the same shades. And then Upanishad or pravritti hetun nisheshaha tanmula tanmula uchedakatvataha yato avasadayet, again same thing, avasadayet. And so that is all Upanishad. So I think Nisheshan, I think it is. Let me just double check in the book. Might be a typo. This online may have some typos. Pravrittahetu Nisheshams. Nisheshams. I think there's Anuswara missing here. Nisheshams. And whatever. That doesn't matter. The bottom line is that he says avasadayet. Yato avasadayet. So that is again the same thing. Now the meaning which I gave you last time, which is from Bhanuji. Now he is a grammarian now, so he will not give any such fancy meanings, because he is going to give you a meaning which is, which is going to be strictly according to grammar. So he's not going to stretch the meaning too much, So the meaning that I gave you, maybe look it up again. Upanishad, according to Bhanuji. Again, Bhanuji is son of Bhattuji Dikshitaha. So whatever he says always has authority, almost as much as his father, Bhattuji. So this is the grammatical meaning, and there he says that I think I read to you last time. Upanishad. Give me 1 second. Upanishad, because in the Amar Kosha, this word comes in the Amar Kosha. Amar Kosha is a good place to find all these, not only to find these words, but to get a good grammatical basis of these words. So in Amar Kosha, any word in the Amar Kosha which is there, there are plenty of commentaries available, and this one that is by Bhanuji is one of the most respected one among those. Upanishad, okay, 41393. Okay, Upanishad says, okay, Dharmaya Rahasya Upanishad. Upanishadanam means getting together, sitting together. Or it says, Upanishidati Shreyo Asyamva. So that in which something wonderful resides, or something beneficial resides, something good resides, something helpful resides. So that would be a clear meaning by this Sampadad quip. So this is a Vartikam. This is also a Vartikam. but he's making a feminine noun out of it. As opposed to making a feminine noun out of it from this, the Vartikam and Striyam Ktin. Like our Sampad, Apad, etc. So that is a very well-known Vartikam used widely. So Striyam Ktin, what happens is that the Pratyak Ktin is given as a default to form feminine nouns from a verb, verbal root I should say, but some of these are formed in the Pratyak Quip. So 3394 is the Vartikam under 3394. 3394 Vartikam, which is what here. That is very straightforward grammatical meaning. But now that doesn't have the force that you may like it to have. That is why people have given different meanings depending on the how they want to interpret the word. Now, of course, granted that the word is taken a very special meaning, but see here it is there is this sutram. This is Sampad Adibhya Quip. So this is the Vartikam. If I'll put it, Sampadadibhya Quip. So this is the Vartikam under 3394, Striyam Ktin. And the Striyam Ktin is a Vartikam Sampadadibhya Quip. So this is what, so we say Shreyamsi, Upanishidati Shreyo Asyam Va. Upanishidati. Excuse me. So let me put that. Okay. Anyway, I just thought since you asked the question, Upanishidati, Nishidati, Shreyo Asyam Va, Shreyo Asyam. Okay, so that is what this will be a good. I like this one because it is grammatically fits very well. So there's no question. But you can see how the others have stretched it in a variety of ways. On one more thing is last time is based on two things. First is the upasargas upani, and second thing is that they say that implicitly there is a causative meaning in there, even though it's not being used. That's used sometimes. Sometimes when you want to explain a word, you cannot explain it well, then you say, well, there's an implicit causative in there. So that's those two things. And then finally they have used the same sutram they have used, but then with the upasargas and that causative implicit being in there. Okay. All right. So moving on with the homework. Last time we were on number 4. So good thing is that when you see any of these etymologies, try to see, grammatically how close you can get to justifying it. Sometimes etymologies can be very, tricky, So you have to. Sometimes it just becomes ridiculous almost that they have no connection with what the word is. So at that time you have to say that, well, it's really hard to accept that etymology. So that's the thing of learning grammar is that you will learn that which commentaries are good, which are the people that understand grammar, and then which are to be given more weight, so to speak. More weight than others which just stretch the meaning here and there. Okay, now we were in the book on number 4. So we are on page number 147. Number 4, I said to you last class, all this is repeating already done in the class and nothing really too much new. Now it says the affix lyut. Lyut, it says bhuj plus lyut, pat plus lyut, smru plus lyut, lyut, rud plus lyut. Then he says kriyate anena. So looks to me like up to this point, which is bhuj, pat, smru and rud, looks like he's only talking about this bhave. Napumsake bhave, taha, lyutcha. So where are we in the Ashtadhyaya right now? Ashtadhyaya we are going to be, in fact we just talked about Striyam Ktin. This Adhikara ends at 112. And then after that, Sanskritya luto bahulam, Napumsake bhave, taha, and then lyutcha. So Napumsake bhave, taha, the pratyak, taha is used in the sense of abstract noun in the neuter, like hasanam, jalpanam, rodanam, etc. And then he says lyutcha, Panini says lyutcha. So lyut is also used in Napumsake bhave. But very important sutram is the karanadhikaranayoscha. Important karanadhikaranayoscha is that here napumsake does not come in here. In fact, many of these are in the feminine, like sanjeevani vidya, tarjani, lekhani. So likhyate anaya iti lekhani, tarjyate anaya iti tarjani. Sanjeevyate anayati sanjeevani vidya. So karnadikaranayoscha. So that like Rajadhani. So dhyate asyam iti dhani. Then rajnyam, rajnyaha, atva rajnyam dhani, rajadhani. So rajadhani, that in which the king is placed, in which or by which. Very important sutram, karnadikaranayoscha. Because normally people only think of this one, lyutcha, which is bhave. But here, and that's only neuter. Lyutcha will be neuter because Napunsaka is coming there. But this one is Karanadikaranayoscha. Now we're looking in the book exercise now. The way he has phrased the exercise looks like he wants Bhujya, Pata, Smru, and Rud only Bhave. And then he wants this, Kriyate and then Karanam, Yanam and Sadhanam. He wants in the Karanarthe. So this he wants Bhave. First 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Remaining 3 in Karanarthe. So let's look at that one now. So this I just copied paste from a prior class. Napumsaka linge bhave. Napumsaka linge. It's important here because anuvritti of napumsake from napumsake bhave. Taha. One more time, Striyam Tin starts from 394. Even before that, in the Ashtadhyayi, the single quarter in which Panini derives nouns from verbal roots. That's mainly 3.3. Remember that. In the Ashtadhyayi, in 3.3 is the place where Panini derives nouns or adjectives from verbal roots. I should say nouns mainly. Nouns. Adjectives are elsewhere also. Nouns. So there we have this Siyam Tin Adhikara goes up to 112. Then we have Krityuluto Bahulam, then Napumsake Bhave Taha, and Lyutcha. And then Karanadikarana Yoscha down here. So Lyutcha when we use, it says Napumsaka Linge Bhave Dhatu Lyutratya Bhavati. Again, this is just from a prior class. We already have this. Take a dhatu like Gamru Gatau. But yeah, Lyut, in the Lyut, of course, we get the Shakvatadjite, Halantyam, Tayor Lopaha, then Yuranakau, 711. Remember this, always reminds me of my teacher, 711. Is the 7-1 is the Pada Ashtadhyayi, where Panini substitutes, makes substitution in place of pratyas. So Adesha, so pratyaya adeshaha vidhiyante saptamasya prathamasya purvabhage. So these are all these. And then of course we get anekashi sarvasya, get gamanam. It is neuter, so by doing then gamana plus su, ato and ami purvaha gamanam. So just like gamanam, we can get bhojanam. Only thing here is we have to do puganta laghu putasya cha, because lyut has sanya of ardhadhatukam sheshaha. Puganta laghu putasya cha. And patanam smaranam, here also same thing. We have to do sarvadhatuka ardhadhatuka yoho uran raparaha. Rodanam also puganta laghu putasya cha. Nothing really special about these forms. Now, the one thing is that, by the way, one more thing to notice is that the fact that takara is an it in lyut, the takara is an it in a pratyaha. In agama, we know adyantav takitav. In a pratyaha, it's going to be most likely for the sutram 4115, tidhani, etc. In fact, in that we have the same, dagnai, I'm sorry, 4115. So, tit pratyaha, it is a pratyaya nip in the feminine. So tit dhani dvaya such dagnai matrach and so on. So now the fact that takara is an it tells you that this must be being used in the feminine also. Otherwise, takarasya prayojanam nasti atra. It can have no prayojanam. So even so that should itself give you a hint that even though in this sutram it is napumsake, lyut must be going somewhere else which is not napumsake. That is the Karanadikarana Yoshcha mainly you're just talking about. So this takara is an it, otherwise will not be, it's only going to be napumsake. What's the point in putting takara as an it for using 4115? Okay. So now, but then what happens is that when we say bhojanam, we don't say bhojanam is the act of eating. We say bhojanam is food, lunch. Lunch or dinner is bhojanam. It's not the act of eating or eating. It is so bhujyate iti bhojanam. Correct? So now, but then how can we get that meaning? Prasiddhartha, rudhyartha, I can say it. It's a well-known meaning. But so far we only seen bhave, karna adhikarana yoshcha. So that by which you eat, that in which you eat, or the act of eating. None of these are satisfying the usual meaning. Bhojanam meaning food or lunch. It doesn't satisfy that meaning. Then how do we get that? That also we saw in the prior class. We saw that Kritya Luto Bahulam. Very important sutra. This Kritya Pratyaha, which are the potential participles, which are in this Adhikara starting from 3195 to 3132. Krityaha Prang Nulaha. So that is the Kritya Adhika potential participles, as well as this Pratya Lyut, which we are currently seeing, Prakritam. Bahulam. Karnadhikaranayor Bhavecha Lyut Vihitaha. As we just saw by 33117, Karnadhikaranayoscha and Bhave by Lyutcha 33115. We have Panini's prescribed Lyut. Anyatrapi Bhavati. It can be used in other senses also in a limited way. Now, why doesn't Panini say, freely say it can be used in all senses? Because those are only limited usages. So we can use in Bhave and Karnadhikaranayoscha freely, while others we have to see on popular usages, Shishta Prayoga, and then go according to that. So that is why Panini doesn't say, it can be used in any karaka anywhere, because these three are fine, Bhave, Karana, Adhikarana. Others that we have to see. So then we get the example we have seen in the class, but I think Kashika, I think somewhere it is given, Bhuja, it says, Bhujyante iti bhoja bhojanaha, Karmani lyutta, Rajnya bhojanaha, Raj bhojanaha, Shalayaha. So this is rice. Shali is a kind of rice. So this is rice, royal rice. Rice fit to be eaten by the kings. It is eaten, that which is eaten is bhojana. So this now explains to you when we say bhojanam, which is, you can say aharaha, that which is eaten. So ahara is, bhojan is lunch. Then we have to use this sutram, which is Kritya Luta Bahulam. I said to you many times, just because you get the form bhojanam, you should question in what meaning is the word used. Because that is of course we can take bhuj and add lut and make bhojanam. Bhojana, and then of course decline to bhojanam. But that doesn't help us to understand what the meaning is. See, that's one very important thing, is that in kasmin arte vihito ayam pratyaha sada prashtavyam. Always ask in which meaning is this pratyaya being used. Just don't say I got the pratyaya, so I must be in some meaning that I like. Yatheshtam. It's not like that. So here it is. I think under the sutram, this is I think the Kashika itself, 3.3. Let me just double check this. Rajabhojanaha Shalayaha. This may be in the Kashika itself, 3.3.1.1.3. Kritya Luta Bahulam. And one more thing about this sutram, by the way, is that this sutram only says Kritya Luto Bahulam. Only the Kritya Pratyaha and Luta is Bahulam. But on the basis of Bahulam, if everything else fails, and if you see a Krit Pratyaha, any Krit Pratyaha, not only Kritya and Lut, but any other Krit Pratyaha, any participle form, which is not, you're not able to justify it, we means the scholars, cannot justify it based on the Ashtadhyayi. Then you come to this sutra, Kritya Luta Bahulam, so Bahula Grahanat. So this Bahulam is very precious. This Bahulam gives a license to justify some usages, which otherwise will become Apaniniya Prayogaha, Apaniniyaha. So this not only Kritya, the potential participles, and not only Lut, but any Krit Pratyaha, if it is used in a sense that does not fit the Ashtadhyayi, then this sutram can be invoked, Kritya Luta Bahulam. In fact, let us see, does it come here? Yeah, Rajabhojanaha Shalayaha. So it's in Kashika. So Bhujyate iti Bhojana. Let's see. Yes, Vasudha.
Namaste, Satishi.
Yes,
Chandovata Sutrani.
Chandova Sutrani Bhavanti, that is in the sutram itself there's an issue. Okay, that's different. Now, if you're trying to justify usage in the language, that is different. The Chandova Sutrani Bhavanti, Vedangatvat, because it's a Vedanga, Vyakaranam, it's a Vedangam. So in the sutram, if there is a issue, like for example, if you quick example, if you look at the sutram, I think it's 7 to 80. This, Ato Yeyaha. This is a very strange sandhi here. So then we say Chandova Sutrani Bhavanti, because sandhi rule is not been satisfied. So that's the problem in the sutram itself. The usage in the sutram. I'm talking about the usage in the language, which cannot be justified by any sutram. That's different.
Satish,
then we have to look for some bahulam or some vartikam or some extension. Yes, sir.
that is essentially what you are saying is sadhu samartham.
Well, this is shishta, shishta sammitam, we can say, but ultimately we don't want to leave anything apaniyam as far as possible. As far as possible, try very hard not to be. And so that is the reason why this bahulam is used, because that's the very last step, say apaniniyam. That is and almost never will people say that. Almost never. They'll use some nyapakam somewhere, some justify away from. Because if you start, the problem is that if you allow that, if you open that hole, then there's no end to it. Then you can say anything is apaniniyam, rudhitvat sadhu. So you say that it is being used, so it is sadhu. Then the whole thing cracks. The whole language cracks. So this insistence of being, not saying apaniniyam is that as far as possible, keep the structure in place as far as possible. Sometimes it is nearly impossible, and then you have to come up with this. And then don't get me wrong, there are only very few of these places. And for us, it's even simple. Vyakhyanam sharanam asmakam. You take the the Vyakhyanam from the Mahabhashyam or Siddhantakam, whatever, and almost always it will be given, just will be given for us. So for us the job is simple. We don't have to do any of this because already it's been done by the scholars. They're already telling us you have to use bahulam in this case, so that we don't have to think. So for us there's no problem. We take the Vyakhyanam and we follow that for the most part.
We use that in Yango Chicha and Sandasi Bahulam or something like that.
Correct, yeah. We have used that, correct. We have used that Yango, that's basically Vasu Sutram, that makes him young, Yangochi. So correct. Those are kind of, but then again that is well, it is Vyakhyatam Sarvatra. It's already been explained in the Kaumudi and everything. So that has been, so nothing new for us. We didn't do anything there. We only accepted what the Kaumudi is saying or Kashika is saying. So same thing there also. Not done by us. And if you're doing something on your own, you have to really watch out because that is when this causes problems. So try to find some adhar in the Vyakhyanam at least. Okay. So Rajnyam Bhojanaha, Raja Bhojanaha. So even though the book has given us, book is suggesting to use bhave, I think here, since when we say Bhojanam, we mean lunch. So I think we have to use this bahulam. Okay. Otherwise, the form is straightforward. Just Puganta Laghu Patasya and Yuranakao. So Bhojanam, Patanam, Smaranam, Rodanam. Of course, in Smaranam you get the Natvam at Kupma Num Yavayepi. Now, Kriyate Anena. Kriyate is Karanam. So here, the steps are similar, but Karanadhikaranayoscha. Karanadhikarane. Karane Adhikarane Chakarake. Dhatur Lyut Pratyavo is very important sutram which I mentioned to you, because mostly people only think about bhave but not Karanadhikaranyoscha. And the anuvritti of, this is all I just copied from a prior class. It's nothing new. In the homework, the basic, nothing new in the homework. It's going to be pretty much all what we did in the prior class only. Anuvritti of Napumsake Bhave does not come into this sutram. So words from this could be in any gender. So we say Ovrashchu Chedane, Ovrashchu Chedane. So, says that by which something Pravrashchana. Pravrashchana is that by which is Kutarha. So that by which you cut something, instrument. So now similarly, so we can say this is the example we did in the class previously, Pravrashchana. Now we can do the same way here. In fact, this is a well-known one in the language. So that by which you cut. So Vrashcha is to chidyate anena. It is that by which something is cut. Similarly, we can use, if you can see an update for the second here, Vrashchana. In fact, I should use Pravrashchanaha. Pravrashchanaha. Okay, I'm sorry. Pravrashchanaha. Pravrashchanaha. Okay. This means an axe. Pravrashchanaha is an axe. So it is a knife for cutting wood, or maybe a knife or an axe. So this is, in fact, this Vrashcha. Vrashcha is coming in this sutram, which we have studied, 6.1.16, right? Samprasaranam. So Pravrishchate anena iti Pravrashchanaha. So 6.1.16, that long sutram. I'm sorry, what am I doing here? Okay. 6.1.16 says Grahijya, Vyadhi, Vyadhi, Vashchi, Vishchati, Vrishchati. That's his dhatu, Vrishchati. So Pravrishyate Anena, Pravrishchanaha. Now, because that Pratyayak will come is a kit. Same thing, Kriyate Aneti Karanam, instrument, that by which something is done. Also, only thing here is that Sarvadhatukarthika Yoho Gunadesha Uran Raparaha. Then Yayate Anena, iti Yanam. So that by which one goes. That by which one goes. I think this all is given in the book over here. So Yayate Anena. And Sadhyate Anena is Sadhanam. It's a means or expedient. So Sadhanam, it is a way or a means to do something. So Sadhyate Anena is Sadhanam. All is the same way. Important thing Sutram Karanadikaranayoshcha. Okay, 33117. The next one, he talks about this very straightforward example, nothing really special here. He says he wants to do pratya ghain. Now ghain can be used, as we saw in a word like ahara, etc. So this can be used in any kara. First of all, it says bhave for abstract nouns. I think in the homework right now, he's only asking for bhave. He's saying, tyagaha, nashaha, hasaha, sparshaha. He's only asking for bhave. But it can also be used in akartrichakarake sanyayam. Sanyayam. It can be used in any karaka except kartari. Like aharaha. Remember the example which he gave at that time in 3319. 3319, if you go back to our notes, and this is all coming from the prior class. This is nothing special in the homework. So 3319. Akartrichakarake sanyayam. Akartrichakarake sanyayam. Akartrichakarake sanyayam. I'm sorry, I'm not doing this right. Okay. Akartrichakarake sanyayam. Okay. So it says that so aharanti tasmad rasam iti aharaha. That from which you suck the nutrients is aharaha, and so on and so forth. So it can be used in any karaka. So ahara cannot be the one. It means taking in. So that from which you take in the rasa, the sap or the essence, is called aharaha. So aharaha has to be now a noun form. Sanyayam. It has to convey something more than just taking in. It means diet. So your diet is that from which you take in the essence. So aharaha. So it can be used. Yes.
Yeah, in Rama Shabdaha we use Ram Dhatu with Ghain.
Yes, we use Ram Dhatu with Ghain. So Ramante Yoginaha Yasmin Ramaha. Correct. That Ramaha is that in whom people or the Bhaktaha Ramante Yasmin Asmin. So that in whom devotees delight. With regard to him. In the matter, in the subject of him, people delight. So yes, that is correct.
That is the bhave.
I'm sorry.
So in what sense, what category?
No, that will be adhikarane.
Oh.
Adhikarane, not bhave. Bhave will give just the act of enjoying, delighting. It's only the act. So Rama Dasharathi will not get from bhave. Bhave is just simply the act. That's it. The action of that. But Rama, when we say, Dashatasya Putraha Ramaha, then it has to mean, that in whom, with regard to whom, in the subject of whom people or, the devotees delight. So that is this akartari. So it is adhikarane. So Rama cannot be the one who delights, not from this sutram, but it can be in whom you delight, by whom you delight, from whom you delight, and so on. So the Rama is a good example, yes, of this sutram. But anyway, right now in the homework, we are not talking about that. In the homework, is very straightforward. I think the way the homework is given, I think this is only Bhave is asking for us. So we can derive the form very easily. So let me see. Let me just do one thing here. See, this document is getting pretty long now. It's hard to navigate in this document, but let me try to find it now. Which is good because now we have so many notes over here that I just, okay. Okay, let's see. So I think here it is, we are coming here. Is that the one? Yes, okay. Now that in the class we gave the form, so Siddhavasthapanne Dhatvarthe Vache Dhaturgai. So when this completed action, a completed action, so it says, so Vachityityadau tu sadhyavasthapanno dhatvartha iti bhavaha. Tingantam, the action is still going on, the various, what should I say, the parts of the action are still at work and something is going on. When you say, but when we have to use bhave, it's kind of like a completed action. The act, the entire act is called bhave. We did this in the prior class, so you can go and look in the prior class note. It says what's called siddhavasthapanne dhatvarthe. Siddhavastha means now the act is done of cooking, the entire action. So when you use tingantam, it's still the activity is still, in kind of progress. It's not got the siddhavastha yet. So this is the way the grammarians talk about what is bhave. Siddhavastha. But only when the siddhavastha comes, it acts like a substantive. It acts like a noun basically. It becomes a subant. It becomes a pratipadikam. Otherwise, it becomes a kriya shabda, pachati, etc. So pachati is not the sadhyavastha, and the pakaha is siddhavastha. So we did this in the prior class. So pachanam pakaha, dhatu do pachash pake, anubandha lopaha by adir ni to davaha upadesha nasika ethalantyam. Then bhave, anuvritya ghai comes into bhave by this prior sutram 3.3.16. And then same thing here, anubandha lopaha lashakvatadite halantyam. Then when chajoho kughinyatoho is that when the git pratyaya follows or the pratyaya nyat follows, and the chakara or jakara of the angam at the end of the angam becomes the kavargaha. Chajoho kughinyatoho. Chajoho kughinyatoho. Chajoho kughinyatoho. So chakara yoho kuttam syat giti chapare. That makes the kavarga adeshaha, so it becomes a kakara, the stanyantaratamaha. So, and then atopadhayaha gives pakaha. So atopadhayaha. Similarly, we can get bhogaha. So bhojanam bhogaha, enjoyment, act of enjoying. Same thing here. Yojanam yogaha, act of joining. It could be yogaha. Bhave ghai. Now, if you want to talk about yoga as that by which you join, that is different. Now that will be yoga in a different meaning now. That will be the means by which you join with something. You join with, whatever you want to call, join with God or whatever you want to call it. So, that yoga will be then the akartichakarika sanyaya. But this just the act of joining will be bhave by 3.3.18. The steps are the same. Only thing, of course, in bhogaha and yogaha, you have to use puganta laghu patasya cha. And then, of course, you have to use this chajoho ku ghinyatoho kuttam. Then dahanam dahaha, act of burning. And similarly, tyagaha means the act of a sacrifice. Act of giving up. Nashaha is destruction. Hasaha is the act of laughing. And sparshaha is touch, the act of touching. So in all of these, nothing special. Here, of course, we have to use atopadhayaha. Same thing, atopadhaya here also. And here also atopadhayaha. And here puganta laghu patasya cha with uran raparaha. That is sprisha. That completes this homework. Now the next part is the tadhita vishaye prashnaha. So first thing it talks about vuranasyapathyam and yuno bhavaha. Now tasyapatyam, we did this in great detail. This adhikara tasyapatyam starts from, first of all, tadhita starts from 4.176. Never forget that, tadhitaha. So it goes up to the end of chapter 5. Within that, the first meaning which Panini takes is tasyapatyam. That starts from 4.192 to end of 4.1. Apada samaptaye tasyapatyam iti adhikaro vartate. And so we say Varanasyapathyam. Now, okay. Now in the class we derived this from Dashratihi. Dashratasyapathyam Puman. Dashratihi. Same thing here, exactly same thing. Is that the default pratyaya is coming by Pragdivyato Anna. Which is put from Pragdivyato Anna. Okay. Let's also not forget this sutram. Samarthanam Prathamadva. We discussed in the prior class Prathamadva. Thing which is mentioned first in the sutram, that will take the pratyaya. So tasyapatyam, the shratasyapatyam paman dashrati. So now who should take the pratyaya? Rama or Dasharatha? It is going to be Dasharatha because tasyapatyam. The tasya is, prathama nirdishtam in the sutram. So it is tasya. So that takes the, and samarthana means that the sandhikaram should be done, all the pradipam should be ready, then only you should add the pratyaya after that. You should be capable of conveying the meaning. So first complete all any operations inside the pradipadikam, and then on top of that you can add the tadita pratyaya. So now we derived from Dasharati in the class 10, you can do varunihi. It comes in Tetri Upanishad, Bhrugurvai varunihi, right? Bhrugurvai varunihi. In the Upanishad you must have heard that. So varunihi, same thing here. Sutram is atai. Atai says that, so now Pradivyaton is the Adhikrita Pratyaya, is the default, but Atai says that following, don't forget the Adhikara of Nyap Pratipadika. Nyap Pratipadika starts from 411. Nyap Pratipadikat. So that ends the Dhatu Adhikara which is coming prior to that. Chapter 3 we are Dhato, Dhato, Dhatoho. But from 411 starts Nyap Pratipadikat. Atai says that if you have Adantam Pratipadikam, then the Pratyaya should be used in this sense of Tasyapatyam. That's a trick in Tadita. We talked about that. Is that to get the Pratyaya, Pratyayartha, and the Prakriti defined. So this is giving us two things. This is Adanta Pratipadikat, and the Pratyaya is E. Then in what meaning it is? On the Adhikara of Tasyapatyam. So you have to put all three together. So Tasyapatyam gives the Artha, which meaning. Then Ataha says Adantar Pratipadikat, this is the Prakriti. And then E is the Pratyaya. So Adantam Yat Pratipadikam, Tat Prakritikat Shashtiyantat, because Tasyapatyam, Tasya Shashtiyantat. E syad apatyarthe. Dasharathasyapathyam puman dasharatihi. Now these steps are easy. You add the pratyaya by tasyapatyam and then atai. You add the pratyaya. Then anubandha lopaha halantyam. In the meanwhile, the samudaya gets the sanya pratipadikam by krit tadita samasascha supo dhatu pratipadikayoho supluk. I mean all the same steps we're doing all the time. And then adivriddhi taditeshvacham adehe. This says the Chavarga Panchama is the Nitya, so we get the Adivriddhi. And then Angam gets the Bhasanya. Never ever forget that when you add the Tadita Pratyaya, the Angam is going to get the Bhasanya or the Padasanya. Because of Svadishva Saranamasthane Yachibham. In this case, Yachibham applies. So, and then Yasyiticha. Ivarnantasya Bhasya Lopabhoti Tadita Ikare Chapare Alontyasya Dasharati. Same thing we can get Varunihi. The one thing in the book, I don't know why I put in the book Shivadibhyo An. I don't know why I did that, because this was a few years ago. Because the last time we taught this class was I think 3, 4, 5 years ago. I don't know, I put a comment over Shivadibhyo An. I don't see the word Varuna in Shivadiganaha. And the form Varunihi is also a well-known form, which of course we have the famous Bhrugurvai Varunihi. So I don't know why I put this at that time. So because Shivadibhyo An, I did not find the Varuna and Shivadibhyo An. Now if you do see a form like Varunaha as a son of Varuna or descendant of Varuna, I shouldn't say son, because remember Apatyam is any descendant. It doesn't have to be Anantara Apatyam. It can be any descendant. So then if you do find it, then Shivadibhyo An. But I don't know why I put this, so just for the time being, just ignore this. We'll just use the Atai 4195. But if you do happen to see a word like Varunaha in the sense of Varunasyapatyam, then you may want to put in Shivadibhyo An. This was a few years ago. I don't know why this is here. Just ignore that for time being. Yes.
In what cases you use Atai, in what cases you don't use Atai?
Atai should be used in any Adanta Pratipadikam in the Tasyapatyam. That's the rule.
So Vasudevasya Apatyam Puman Vasudeva.
Correct. Should be Vasudevihi, right? Should be Vasudevihi. But then there's special sutram. Rishyandaka Vrishni Kurubhyascha. See 4114, you see that? Correct. We should be using Atai. But then the Rishi, Andaka, Vrishni and Kuru clans. So if Prajapati belong to one of these families, then you go back to un. Then something else has to put the un back for you. If you have adantam pratipadikam, you're going to lose the un because of atai. But then because of this sutram, you had put the un back. So that's what I'm saying. If you see a form like varunaha, you see a form like vasudevaha, because you know atai, there must be some other sutram to put back the un for you, shouldn't it be? That happens to be this one, Rishyandaka Vrishni Kurubhyascha. So Andaka and Vrishni clans, if you do one of these, or Kuru, then you have to use go back to un. So yes, correct. So that is what, or a Rishi. So there in this word is. So now Shivadibhyo an, I don't know of a form like Varunaha. I don't know why I have it in the book over here from a few years ago. So let's just move on. If you see a form like Varunaha, you can try to invoke Shivadibhyo an. The bhavaha is straightforward. You know that, right? Bhavaha. The yunaha itself is shashti ekavachanam of yuvan pratipadikam. Yuvan pratipadikam. And I pulled up this thing on the daily example. Yunaha. Yunaha is on the post of April 28, 2011. See, the posts are becoming very good now, because if you have something already covered in the post in the daily examples, again, the request to all of you is that if you see any errors in the daily examples or anywhere in the comments on the website, just send a quick email. Your email will not be sent to everybody. It will only come to us. So don't worry about even if your email is wrong, doesn't matter. Send a quick email saying that something is wrong, we'll make it. Because these posts are only going to become error-free by checking and double-checking by all of you. We've done the best we can, but they will not become error-free unless people check them over and over again. And I do get some emails. We do get some emails, from people checking them. So thank you for that. But anyway, Yunaha was already derived back last year, April 28, 2011. Take the Prajapatikam Yuvan at the Pratyagnyas Anubandha Lopila Shakvatadite Navibhaktau Tusmaha. The Sakara says Itsanya Nabhavati. And then we get the Sutram Shva Yuva Maghona Matadite. For these, the Anbhagaha of Yuvan, which has the Bhasanya, takes Samprasaranam, Igyana Samprasaranam. And then because Yuvan has two of them, has the Yakara or Vakara, both are Yen. But Na Samprasarane Samprasaranam. So that, because 6137 is a Nyapakam, that you take the last of the Yans, the one closest to the Pratyaha, and that will take Samprasaranam because of Na Samprasarane Samprasaranam. So, let's see. In fact, I have a question over here, is why didn't the Yakar take Samprasaranam? So then we have the answer down here, thanks to Kumaji's, I should have the answer over here. Here, Na Samprasarane Samprasaranam. So then we do Samprasaranam and then Samprasaranach, next step, and then Akasama Dirgha becomes Yunaha. So Yunaha, if you want to practice, you can go back to this April 28, 2011 post. So Yunaha is Shashti Ekvachanam of Yuvan Pratipadikam. So Bhavaha is by the Sutram Hayananta Yuvadibhyoan. Now recall, the Adhikara Pragdivyat An ends at 442 up to the word Divyat only. The Adhikara of An does not come over here. Pragdivyat An ends the Adhikara of An toward Divyat. So right now we are in the Adhikara of Tasya Bhavastvatalav, which we saw in detail in the class, Tasya Bhavastvatalav. So here, starts from 51119, Pada Samapte, hey, up to the end of the Padaha. So Pratyatva and Tal are given. In addition, other pratyas are given. So here, and then don't forget the Sutram, which is the 124. Unavachana Brahmanadibhya Karmanicha. So Karmanicha. So from here, Karmani goes down. So from here on, the pratyaya is given the meaning of, that ness, that hood, or the profession, or the act, or the duty of that person. So when you say Yauvanam can be in youth, or the duty or the action of a young person. So it doesn't have to mean only youth. Of course, youth is the most common usage. So Bhavaha, the Pratyatva and Tal were coming down, but then specifically says that Hayananta Yuvadibhyo an. Words ending in the word Hayana. I think Hayana means a year. So Hayananta And yuvadibhyo an, the yuvadi gana, of course yuvan is the very first word in that gana, yuvadibhyo an. So then we get yuno bhavaha, karmava, could be karma also, yauvanam. So we get yuvan plus add the pratyaya, yes, because tasya bhavaha, so shashtyantam pratyaya an by, no, why I have the wrong number here? No, this is an error. It's error. So any error on the board, please correct me. This is an error. Hayananta yuvadibhyo an 130. And then, halantyam supluk as usual. Supluk by 2471. Chadite shocham adehe adivriddhi. You get yauvan plus a. Now angam gets the bhasanya by yachibham. But then nastadite would want to t-lopaha. Because nantasya bhasya t-lopa bhavati. So dite pare. So by that the t-lopa prapta. We get t-lopaha. But says that sutram an. Ani an prakritya syad iti t-lopo na. Because the sutram an says the anavritya prakritya is coming down. Prakritya ikacha. In fact, is also sutram which we have touched upon in the prior class, 64167, an. Prakritya ikacha, we saw on prakritya. So, anantam prakritya, sad, ani. So, inyanapatye. So, that from that, ani comes from there, ani. So, anantam, ani prakritya syat. So, then, so this nastadhite does not take place because when you have pradipatikam ending in angam ending in an, when angasya adhikaraha, followed by the pratyaya an, it stays prakritya. In its natural state, it doesn't undergo transformation. So one more time, angam gets the bhasanya, but we don't apply nastadhite because of the fact that sutram an, ani an prakritya syat, tilopona. Then we get yauvanam. Yaud is declared in neuter, that's in the language is using the neuter, so yauvanam. The next one he talks about alankaram veti alankarika. This is again a problem. Oh, yes, I'm sorry. Yes, sir. Nagaraj, yes, sir.
I was looking at this pratyaya in the Sadhita, and also in the quick pratyaya also an is there.
No, this one you're talking about the karmanya and all that, karmanya and all
correct,
of those?
Correct.
Yes, definitely, yes.
Like Kumbhakara, for example.
Exactly, Kumbhakara, Bhashyakara, Sutrakara, all of those, correct.
Why is it separately given? Is it not part of the an pratyaya everything?
No, and is in that specific meaning. Karma, it's upapada samasa only there. So it's that correct. And in fact, the good point that you're making this point, the point comes because this sutram which you talk about, Tiddhani, that sutram, you talk about use, in that both the ans are included. The an from the dhatu adhikaraha and the an from this pragdivyat and all is tadita an and the an krut pratyaya an are both in this sutra. In fact, the Guru brought that point up. Is that tit dha an, this an, an I dvaya such dagnach. So here this an in 4115 refers to both of them. But yes, the point is a very good one. The an is a krut pratyaya, and an also tadita pratyaya also is an. So the same, of course, completely different meanings, different contexts, but the bottom of pratyaya is still an only. It's correct, yes. Comes in two different contexts. That's correct. Okay, now next one is again a puzzle because this sutram, alankaram veti alankarikaha. I could not find this word alankarikaha. I could not find in apte. I could not find even in other Shabda course I was looking at. I don't see alankarika in apte. So I don't know this word alankar. Anyway, the book has given the word like that as it is. So, so if you look at apte, I don't see the word alankarika in apte. So I don't know whether this is because alankarika, I don't see it here. Alankarika. Anyway, the book has given us that homework as alankaram veti tak. All is given tak. Alankarika. The form we can get alankarika, nothing special about the form. You say alankara plus and then add pratyaya tak, tasyekaha, and then, but this is the wrong number, I think, excuse me, this is the wrong number, because this number is, no, that's the wrong number. Put this one. So alankaram viti alankarika. Now, the steps are easy, you can add a alankaram veti, so it's dvitiyantam. So So add pratyaya plus thak, anubandha lopaha, then supluk, then tasyekaha, ika adeshaha, and then adi vriddhi, because this kiti by kiticha. This is the last sutram in 7.2, kiticha. So after taditeshvacha adehe and kiticha. So then adi vriddhi alankara, and then yachibam yasyaticha alankarika. That is fine, but the question is that how would you get this pratyaya from which sutram? Now, this section is from 4 to 60. Tadadhite tadveda, tadadhite tadveda, tadadhite tadveda. Now that is starting from 4 to 59. Tadadhite tadveda. And as you know, the default there is pragdivyato anna. Pragdivyato anna. Now, then comes the sutram kratu thadi sutranta thak. Now, this word alankara I could not find in this any of this, this ukta adhikana is there. Also same thing if you had with Vaidika, if you had this discussion about Vaidikaha. Vedam adhite vedava iti Vaidikaha. And also I could not find it. I could not find the word Veda or alankara also I could not find. There are some Vartika and even this is Sutram. So maybe bottom line is that we have to somehow stick it in one of these places. Okay, I mean this is so Tadita is not like mathematics. You have to somehow extend some of these sutras to fit the word in there. The Ganapata itself is needs to be kind of edited and extended. So I don't have a better answer. I cannot find the word alankarika anywhere. It may be in usage, but second thing is that alankara is not in. I don't see it in any of these. In this one. Or this one, Vasantadibhyashthak. So the same issue we had with Vaidika, Alankarika. At least the word Vaidika we know it's in usage. It's well-known word. But Alankarika, I don't even know if the word is that much in usage. If it is, I would suggest that you try to fit it in one of these ganas, this one, or that's all I can suggest. So Tadadite Tadveda. And then Kratu, see, we cannot use 4 to 59. See, the thing is that if the pratyaya was and, then we are fine, because 4 to 59 doesn't say which prakriti. It says in general any word. And if you look at 4 to 59, then there was no issue. If you could use 4 to 59, then there was no issue, because that is not talking about a specific gana. That's talking about a general, Samanyana Vidhanam. The 4 to 59 is no problem. But to use 4 to 60, it has to be in one of those. So says Taditi Dvitya and Samarthya, Aditya Dvitya, Yata Vihitam. Yata Vihitam is which have been prescribed prior to this. So see, in fact, this is Vyakaranam Adhite Vedava iti Vayyakaranaha. So the Vayyakaranaha comes from the sutram. So now that the pratyaya and only will come here. So we cannot justify thak pratyaya from this sutram. Tadadhite tadveda. So that's why the next sutram comes. But that is limited to only those in the kratu, ending the word kratu, uktadikanaha, or the sutra. So I'm sorry, kratu vachaka shabdaha, or the uktadikanaha, or sutranta, ending in the word sutra. So in that, and there's some Vartika in there, but I could not find in there. Let's look at it for a second, that one. So there also we had, so Kratu Vishesha Vachibhya, Uktadibhyascha Sutranta Chittak Pratyavati. And I could not find it over. And then we have, Pauranikaha. We have Akhyana Khyayike Itihasa Puranibhya. So Aitihasikaha, Pauranikaha. There's a Vartikam for that. So what I would suggest is that you would put this in one of these, either the Vartikam or the Gana, and somehow manage with that. I don't have a better answer than that on this one. So Alankaram Veti Alankarikaha, we have to somehow put it in somewhere. Then next he gives the same, the book has given the pratyaya Loka plus Thakka. Now which one is that now? Now there is a sutram 415144 says Loka Sarva Loka Thai Pratyaha. Tatra Viditaha. It is well known in that. So known in the world. So known in the world will become Laukika. Laukika. Now one more way to do this is say that which is found in the world is Laukika. One is found in the world. So there are these two ways. Now the sutram, which is the, let's see what, give me 1 second. Let me just find this one. So one is, tatra bhavaha, and the other one is viditaha, one which is known in that verse. If you look at 5.1.44, so let me give you what 5.1.44 says. Let's see, 5.1.44. 5.1.44 is sutram we did not take in the class. 5.1.44, but that is viditaha. It is known in the world. Known in the world. Again, the problem comes in what meaning are we taking these pratyas? So we have to always keep an eye on that. So it says that in the sense of known in there. So loka and sarvaloka. So sarvalokikaha and laukikaha. So that is known in that. So that which is known therein. Okay. So now, what if you say tatra bhavaha? Then we have this famous vartikam which we did see in the class. Adhyatmadesh thanyishyate. Adhyatmadir akriti ganaha. So that is tatra bhavaha. So tatra bhavaha adhyatmikam, adibhautikam. So all these are in the adhyatmadi ganaha. Adhyatmadi ganaha. This is akriti ganaha. It can be extended. It's an extendable gana. So now that is what we have used in the class, and we can use it here also. There will be tatra bhavaha, because look at the number. This is 4360. So vartikam under 4360. And from 43453 starts tatra bhavaha. Tatra bhavaha, correct. So this will be when you say, yes.
Yeah. When you say sarva bhaumaha, is that thaka?
This one is from Sarva Bhaumaha. So that is not in this sutram. Sarva Bhaumaha, I think let's just check. And there's a special sutram for that. Sarva Bhaumaha, it is a, that will be, I believe that's not one of these. No. That is Sarva, let's see, Sarva. If I remember correctly, I think Sarva Bhaumaha, there is a sutra. Here it is, I think, Sarva Purushabhyam, no. Here it is. That's one for you, Vasu. 5.1.41. Sarva Bhumi Prithivibhyam Anayau. So this Sarva Bhumi, and so Parthivaha and Sarva Bhaumaha. Now the what's the meaning here? I think the meaning is Tasya Ishvaraha, I think. So Tasya Ishvaraha. So let me just double check that. So one who's the Lord, master of the whole earth, Sarvabhaumaha, and Parthivaha. So you have to always watch out for which meaning you're taking this. So that's, I happen to know this one, but 5.1.41, Sarvabhaumaha is by 5.1.41. Let's see what meaning. This we didn't do this in the class, Sarvabhaumaha. So Sarvabhumi Prithivi Shabdabhyam Yatha Sankyam An Ayam Pratyabhavataha Tasya Nimittam. No, sorry. Use the next one. Use Tasya Ishvaraha. Use 5.1.42. Use 5.1.42. Tasyati Shashti Samarthabhyam Sarvabhumi Prithivi Shabdabhyam Yatha Sankyam An Ayam Pratyabhavata Ishvaraha. Yes, let's use that one. Use 5.1.42. Tasya Ishvaraha. Anuvritti is coming down. So the Pratya An, so it says, Sarva Bhume Ishvaraha Sarva Bhaumaha. So 5.1.42. Anyway, coming back to the homework is that this Adhyatmadi Gana is Akriti Gana.
They do use the Vedic Sarva Bhaumaha as leaders.
Yeah, Sarvabhauma is idiomatically one who is a
leader among the Vedika.
Yeah, like we say Indraha, so like Sarvabhaumaha means he's the emperor. Emperor in English I would say emperor. So emperor of that. So technically he's not. The Sutram says Sarvabhumi, but idiomatically we say he's like the master of that kind of, the lord of that. So. So Adhyatmadesh Thanyishyate, if you use that, we'll get Loke Bhavaha Laukikaha. The steps are the same, once you add the Pratya Thany, the same thing, you get Alankarikaha, the same steps. We get Tasyakaha, ika adeshaha, and then adi vriddhi. In fact, in the case of adi vriddhi by kiticha, in fact, if you're adding the pratyaya tiny, then we have to use 72117, the diteshvachama adehe, because 72118 is kiticha. 72117 is the diteshvachama adehe. So we'll have to use that, and then of course yachibham yasyeti cha. So laukikaha in the sense of loke bhavaha, that which occurs in the world, that which is known in the world. If you want to use that, use 5144, same steps. So loka sarva loka tiny. I would take probably this one. My guess would be loke bhavaha laukikaha. Would be that one. Now, next one, Vede sadhu vaidikaha. This also I don't know. Again, the same problem here. I could not find a good. Now, let's look at Adhika Tatra sadhu. Adhika Tatra sadhu, that starts from, I think 4496 maybe? 4498. Tatra sadhu. So don't forget, this is the Thakyat Padaha. So Thak and Yat, because this Pragvhate Thak Pratyaya. Thak is Adhikritaha up to 4475, and then after the Praghitat Yat, and then Yat Pratyaya starts from that. So now when we say Tatra Sadhu, the Pratyaya should be used, should be Pratyaya Yat. Of course we cannot use that because right now we don't want Pratyaya Yat, we want the Pratyaya Thak somehow. Now under that same problem here is that to get the Pratyaya Thak, we have Kathadibhyashtak and Gudadibhyashtai. I could not find the word Vedaha in either of these. And by the way, here sadhu means that one who is skilled at that, one who's fit for that, not one who's a benefactor of that, not one who helps that, but he is one who is skilled at that, one who is fit for that. So tatra sadhu, that sadhu, it can be a couple of meanings. Sadhu, one who is like a benefactor, one who's supports that. It's not that. So it says sadhu iha pravino yogyo vagriyate no upakarakaha. It's not upakarakaha. It's not vedasya upakarakaha. But it says vede pravinaha atha yogyaha, one is fit for that. So tatra sadhu. So tatra upakaraka, not upakarakaha. So anyway, I could not find this word vedaha in any of these ganas. Kathadibhyashtak or gudadibhyashtai. So same problem here is that if the book is giving us this homework, it says, Vede sadhu thak. I don't know how to fit that. So if you really want to force it in there, since it's given Vede sadhu thak, I would suggest then somehow try to fit in this Kathadibhyashtak. That's the only way I'm saying. Tatra sadhu only goes for about a few rules over here. It goes, I think, up to here, somewhere up to here. So it's not in that list. It's not in the it's not in here. I think it goes only up to here. So we have to. This is a problem with Tadita, as I said to you. So this is, and particularly in the book he has given these. So sadhu only up to 106 only, he gives. So I only up to 106. So the only sutra I'm seeing is this Kathadibhyashtak. In that I don't see the word Veda in that. So we have to somehow. I mean the derivation of the form is straightforward. The same way we derived Laukikaha is Vaidikaha, same form. But Tatra Sadhu is not given in the word Veda is not given in any of those ganas, but we have to fit in there. Okay, now comes Gangayaha Patyam Puman Gangeyaha. Now we had this sutram which is this 4.1.123, I think it's 3 Bhyo Dhakka. We're going back to Adhikara of Tasya Patyam. Tasya Patyam, we're going back to is that. So the sutram is 3 Bhyo Dhakka. Is the wrong number, excuse me, it's the wrong number. So Ganga is ending in the Sripratyaya, top. So Stribhyo Dhak, Stribhyo means, it doesn't mean the word Stri, doesn't also mean the feminine words, it means those words which end in the Sripratyaya. So if you look at Stribhyo Dhak in 4.1.120, Stribhyo Dhak. So we are going back to the Tasya Patyam Adhikara from 4.192. So Tasya Patyam Stribhyo Dhak. Stribhyo Dhak says that Stri Grahanena Tab Adi Pratyanta Shabda Griyante. So those which end in the Sri Pratyaya, Tap, etc. So Ganga ends in the Pratyaya, Tap. You looking at stribhyo dhak. Pratyaya dhak comes in here. As usual, we do supluk by Kritita samasascha prajbdika sanyas supodhatu prajbdika yoho. Then halantyam anubandha lopaha. Now you would have had what? Chutu. Pratyadi chavarga tavargo itsyatam. But we don't do that here because sutram tidha, some sutram, sorry. So ayaneya ina iya purda khachagam pratyadinam. Pani specifically says pratyadi dhakaraha. Should ayaneya should become eya. Should become eya adesha. The fact that Panini is saying in the place of dhakaraha put the eya adesha. If you apply chutu and make it a it, tasya lopaha. So then vachana samarthyat dhakarasya itsanyana bhavati. Chutu won't apply because vachana samarthyat. Ganga plus eya by 712. One more time, is my teacher always told me, any pratyaya adesha, think of 7.1 always. So we get ayaneya ina iya pardha khachaga. So dhakarasya eya. So dhasya eya. So eya adesha. And then as usual, because the dhak is kakara as an it, adi vriddhi by kiticha, then yachibham yasyeticha, because this is the ajadi pratyaya. And this we have avarnanta mangam tasya lopasyat alontyasya. This is the bhasanya. So it becomes gangeya. Yes, sir.
Yeah. In the case of Sumitra, for example, why are Sumitra?
Sumitra, yes, correct.
Why are you not using dhak?
Yeah, that correct. Sumitra. Something must be stopping it. Stribhyo dhak. How about Parthaha? Another one. Puthaya apatyam. There are a couple of ways out of that. Okay. In Sumitra, I think Sumitra, I believe, is in this Gana. Sumitra is in the Gana Shiva Dibhyo An. I think she is in there. So which we just talked about. Shiva Dibhyo An. Sumitra. Will she be in there? Even that won't help because that'll become yes. So Sumitra becomes Sumitra is in some Gana. Let me just double check that.
We know it is Saumitri.
Saumitrihi, correct. So Sumitra is Saumitrihi. So let's see which one it is. Maybe it is in this Gana. Which was in the Gana? I know Sumitra is in. Oh yes, I'm sorry. Bhavvadibhyascha. Yes, correct. Bhavvadibhyascha. So in this Gana, I'm pretty sure it's in this Gana. Let's double check. 4196. Bhavvadib. So Saumitrihi, correct. The sutra we just use Ataim. Under that comes Bhavvadibhyascha. So there I think Sumitra is there. So 4196 Sumitra. Yes, you have to hunt for some other sutra because you're correct. Because Stribhyo dhak. This is the good thing. If you know Stribhyo dhak, then you know there must be some other sutram for Saumitri. Because if you know, that's what it helps to know the main rules. Because then you know that something else must be coming here. So let's look at Bhavvadibhyascha. I think Sumitra is in here. Let me see. Can you see Sumitra anywhere here? Yeah, Sumitra, there she is. Sumitra, correct. So that is why it is the I pratyaya. Bhavvadibhyascha. So Sumitra becomes Saumitri because it's in this Gana. Otherwise it becomes Saumitreyaha, like Kaunteyaha. So so that's like that. So anyway, correct. So Stribhyo dhak is important sutram. So when Stribhyo dhak, in fact, right here we have an issue over here. So Gangeya is probably Bhishma. So son of Ganga is Bhishma. So Bhishma Gangeya. But then we also have the form Ganga. Because Ganga in the Shivadibhyo An. And also we have the Tikadibhya Pin. Tikadibhya Pin. And he's also Ganga Yanihi. So right here we have three forms. Okay, let's back up a little bit. So Stribhyo dhak we got the Gangeya. Now the Ganga is also in the Shivadibhyo An. So this is Shivadibhyo An. We just talked about that. So specifically Pani says put the pratyaya An. So Shivadibhyo An. You see Ganga anywhere here? Let's see. Shiva, Praushta, Chanda, Kuma. I think it is here somewhere.
Ganga Shabdaha. Aksharyah Ganga Shabdaha.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, so here it is. So here it is Ganga. So now what's that? So this Ganga, so now allows me to say the word Ganga also. I mean the steps are the same. So Ganga.
Similarly, Vinata is Vainateyaha.
So Vainateyaha, correct. Radheyaha, Sharadeyaha, Kaunteyaha. So all these are like that. But then if it's not, the Pratyaya A is not working, then you have to look for some Gana somewhere else to put in somewhere else. Okay. Now Ganga Yanaha, Ganga Yanihi. Now Ganga Yanihi in the Tikadi Ganaha. Pratyaya Ping is being given Ping. So again, Ayaneya Ina Iya Iha Perda Khacha Gam Pratyadinam. So the Pakara becomes Ayana. And this is the Pratyaya P becomes Ayanihi. Ayani. So Ganga Yanihi. See, the derivations of all these are very straightforward. Okay. In every way case you're going to get the Adivriddhi and you're going to get Yasya teacher. So this is straightforward. So derivation is straightforward. So Shivadibhyo and then Ganga Yanihi. So Gang in the Tikadi Ganaha. Yeah, today is the day of Ganas. 154. This is the tough thing about Tadita. Now who's going to memorize the Ganapata? Tell me that. You cannot sit and memorize the Ganapata, you know. But what you can do is that if you see the form, you can try to, you know, so let's see, is Ganga over here also Tikadi Ganaha. Tika Kitava Sanya Bala Shikha Sandhya. Ganga, yes, here she is. So Ganga is the Shivadi Ganaha, Ganga is the Tikadi Ganaha, and then she is also, of course, 3 Bhyodhak. So we get 3 forms. Tikadibhya Ping, we get Ganga Yanihi. Shivadibhyo, and we get Ganga. And of course, by 3 Bhyodhak, we get Gangeya. So Bhishma will be called Gangeya, Ganga, or Ganga Yanihi. Okay. Now in the book, of course, he's given only one form, which is Dhak, Stri Bhyodhak. Stri Bhyodhak only is given. Now Shubhrasya Patyam, this is not Stri Bhyodhak, but there is a next sutram after that. He says the Shubhra is a Gana, another Gana. Today is the day of Ganas. So we had Stri Bhyodhak, but then Shubhra Bhyascha. Same thing. So Shubhra Ganaha. They also take the Pratyaya Dhak in Tasyapatyam. So then the same way become Shaubhreyaha. So Adivriddhi by Kiticha, and then we get so Shaubhreyaha because of Shubhradibhyascha. Specifically Pani says. So basically if you see a Pratyaya Dhak being used in Tasyapatyam, you try to see Shubhradiganaha. Similarly, if you see the Pratyaya I being used, E being used, Atta E, the E being used, and it's not Adanta Pratipadikam is not there, then go to Bhav. So Bhavadibhascha. So that you try to go in this one. So this is how this adhikara works. So this one, see Bhavadibhascha. If you see a Pratyaya E being used, Bhavadibhascha. See the Pratyaya An being used, you can try Shivadibhyo An. See the Pratyaya Dhak being used, you can try Shubhradibhyascha. If you see the Pratyaya Ping being used, you can try Kitadibhya Ping. So this is how you have to fit these things in there. So Shaubhreya because Shubhradikanaha, Shubhrasyapatyam Puman Shaubhreya. The steps are all the same. The steps are like Gangeya, Shaubhreya steps are the same. This is Apavada for Atai, by the way. Because Shubhra ends in Akaraha. So Atai should become Shaubhrihi. Like Dasharatihi should become Shaubhrihi, shouldn't it? So but it became Shaubhreya. Shubhradikanaha. Okay, now next one also we've seen in the class is this one talks about Ulukasyapatyam. Ulukasyapatyam. Now, Ulukaha is in the Garga Adiganaha. You know, friend Garga, we had a lot of fun with Garga a few classes back. So Garga Adibhyo Yain. This is in Gotrapatya. Be a little bit careful because this anuvritti of Gotre. Remember we saw this Gotre. The Gotre extends from right before Shiva Adibhyo An. There comes Gotre. So Gotre comes from here, from 4198. So Gotra means Potra Prabhuti. Potra Prabhuti means from the grandson onwards. So when Gargya, when we say Gargya will be only grandson onwards, while Gargihi will be son of Garga, will be Gargihi. Immediate, Anantrapatyam, Ataini. But then the Gotrapatya will have to use Gargadibhyo. The same Ganaha we have Gargadibhyo Yang. When we add Yang, of course, the same thing. Steps are all the same. We get Halantyam, Anubandha Lopaha, and Supluk, Adivriddhi by Taditeshva Chamadehe, then Yachibham Yasyaticha, get Gargya. Gargya. So Gargya is a grandson onwards. Similarly, we get Ulukasya Gotrapatyam Aulukyaha. So Aulukyaha will be a grandson onwards of Ulukaha. Now, so Gargadi Ganaha. In the Gargadi Ganaha, we have the word Ulukaha. So Ulukaha and the Garga. So Gargadibhyo Yain. I think in this Gana Ulukaha is here. Ulukaha. Here he is. So Aulukyaha will be a grandson onwards of Ulukaha. The next one he gives is Aditer Apatya. This is a typo here. Apatyam. Aditer Apatyam. Aditihi. Aditya Apatyam is Aditya. How do we get Aditya now? The special sutra we say Ditya Patyuttar Padanyaha. Look at the number, by the way. Look at this number. This is starting before the Tasyapatyam. Remember our friend, which is the Pragdivyatorn. So that was setting a default up to Pragdivyat, up to the word Divyat. Similarly, this sutram, Ditya, look at Ditya Aditi. Ditya Patyutra Padanyaha. Ditya Patyutra Padanyaha. I'm sorry. It's hard to pronounce this one. A lot of yens on these ones. Ditya Patyutra Padanyaha. So there's one ya. This is Panini for you. Five years in one sutra. But let's look at the vritti of that. So there, which is if the word diti is there, then or aditi is there, then aditi takes the pratyanya up to any meaning from pragdivyato, up to the word divyat. So just like, so this is not only tasyapatyam. This will extend beyond tasyapatyam up to pragdivyat, because tasyapatyam only starts from 4192. Look at 4185. Look at the vritti of 4185. 4185 vritti says that Ditya Patyutra Padanyaha. She says Pragdivyata ityeva, up to Pragdivyat. So Diti, Aditi, Aditya, Ityetebhya, Patyutra Padat. Anything which has Pati as Uttar Padam. Pradipadikat Pragdivyateshu Artheshu Nyaha Pratyabhavati. So says, so then we get, what we get is that we get the word Aditi. So Aditeha Patyam Puman Adityaha. So Aditi plus Nyas. Now we are using this sutram Ditya Patyuttara Padanyaha, and to that we should also add the Tasyapatyam. Of course, Tasyapatyam is immediately following that. This Pratya is authorized all the way to Pragdivyato. So now we use Tasyapatyam along with that. And then once we get the rest of the steps are straightforward, we get by which is the wrong number, I'm sorry, Chutu. By Chutu. Then Nakara gets an Itsanya. Then of course Supluk as usual. Supodhatu Pradipatika Yoho, then Adi Vriddhi. But Diteshvachama Adehe becomes Aditi. Yeah. Then Yachibham Yasyeticha. You see, we use this all the time. So never forget these two rules. Swadishvasranavasane and Yachibham. We get Aditya. So one more time, this rule, Ditya Patyuttara Padanyaha, it says the Pratyanya in any meaning up to Divyat. So includes of course the Adhikar of Tasyapatyam. Now Balasya Bhavaha Karmava Balyam. We're switching gears now. We are moving to Adhikara of Tasya bhavastvatalav, tasya bhavastvatalav, tasya bhava. So now we are going to a different section. So we are coming back to section of tasya bhavaha. Tasya bhava from 51119 up to the end of 5.1 is the adhikar of tasya bhavaha, tatvatalav. And then never forget, the moment you say tasya bhavaha, think of the sutram, gunavachana brahmanadibhya karmani cha. From this, so gunavachana and brahmanadi ganaha karmani cha. And the anuvati of karmani goes up to apada samaptehe. So in that comes the sutram which says that, it says patyanta purohita adibhyo yak. We talk about paurohityam, we talked about that paurohityam. So this purohita adi ganaha, this, this is pratyaya yak is prescribed. And I think there you have this word balaha. Today is the day of ganas. Okay, let's take the purohita adi ganaha now. We go into a completely different section, tasya bhavastvatalav, and then karmanicha. Karmanicha. So now comes the balaha, purohita adi ganaha. So patyanta purohita adibhyo yak. Do we see anywhere bala? Yeah, bala is here. Yes, bala is in this gana. So now, because this is in the gana, we can say that balasya bhavaha karmava balyam. So balyam can be childhood, or the actions of a child, kind of childishness, you can say, or being childish is balyam. So now the steps are again easy. Tasya bhavaha karmava. So balasya bhavaha karmava pratyanyas, because tasya shashtiyantam halantyam anubandha lopaha, then supodhatu pradipdikayoho yachibham yasyeti cha. This is a yakaradi pratyaha, so yachibham yasyeti cha becomes balyam. So balyam is because this bala has the purohita adi ganaha. So paurohityam same way balyam. Balyam because patyanta purohita adibhya yak, adibhyo yak. So yumutasya patyam, sorry. Yumutasya bhavaha, and below that remember the brahmanad, gunavachana brahmanadibhya karmanicha. So anything below 51124 is karmani also. That was the next one there in the book. And then I think he gives this form, udarasya bhavaha karmava, audaryam. Audaryam. Now, he's given the pratyaya shai, audaryam. Now, we have two choices here. We can say varna dridhadibhya shai cha. So varna vachaka shabdha means a color. We don't have that. Udara means one who's noble. So nobility, audaryam. No, munificence. So nobility means somebody who's of good nature. Udara. So dridhadibhya shaicha. Dridhadi is a limited gana. Dridhadi is not acknowledged as an akriti ganaha. So dridhadi ganaha, if you have to fit in there, it has to be in dridhadi gana, normally speaking. We get dridha, parivridha, bhrisha, krisha, chakra, amra, lavana, tamra, amla, shita, ushna, jada, badhira, pandita, madhura, murkha, mukha, and then Ved and some other things over here. Udara is not there. But in the next sutram, the brahmanadi ganaha is a akriti ganaha. So I think the best thing to do here is that put udaraha. Even if it is not, I don't think it is here. It may be here. I don't think. Even if it is not, we can, brahmanadi is akriti ganaha. So then we can say that we can, if you see the pratyaya shaim being used, then we can put in the brahmanadi ganaha and say udarasya bhavaha karmava audaryam. Audaryam. Either the nobleness, nobility, or the act of a noble person, action of a noble person, activity of a noble person, audaryam. So at the pratyaya shaim, then of course shaf pratyasya and harantyam, it's sanya, and then we get suplok, then taditeshvacham adehe adivriddhi, because chavarga panchama is an it. Then we get yachibham yasyeticha, all the same steps, audaryam. The steps are easy. It's just a matter of getting the right sutram in there. And when the pratyaya shai is there, we have really two choices. The varna dridhadibhya shaicha, gunavachana brahmanadibhya karmanicha. And gunavachana brahmanadi akriti ganaha, so I think we can fit in there, audaryam. Now, these last three are just copy-paste from a prior class, Pator bhavaha patima. Now, right before this sutram is this word, Prithvadibhya imanijva. So, Prithvadi, imanijva. which means that the other pratyas will also come, but imanij also will come. Prithvadi ganaha, prithu, etc. Prithvadibhya imanijva. So that one, if you look at that ganaha, I think patu is in that ganaha. Yeah, patu is in there. Patu is in that ganaha. So we can use the pratyaya imanij also. We can use the others also. We can use imanij also. So here pator bhavaha patima. So we had pratyaya imanij prithvadibhya imanijva. So imanij also comes optionally. So you can use patutvam, use patuta. You can use patavam also. Patavam. Now because where can we get patavam from? Because this one, which let's hope we have not forgotten that one, igantacha lagupurvat. So patu is a igantacha lagupurvat. It is pratyaya and. So we get patavam, patutvam, patuta, and patima. So we get 4 forms. We get imanich, patima. We get, of course, tasya bhavastvatalo is always there. So we get patutvam, patuta. We get patavam also, like laghavam, etc. Mardhavam, rirachapalam comes in Gita, Mardhavam. So that's the same thing, Patavam. So Pratyaya and will come in there. So anyway, right now he's only asking for imanich. So we'll get, so Prithvadibhya imanichva, then Bhave Prithvadibhya imanich, Tadhya Pratyaya vasyat. Optionally, which we get the others also along with it. Then the steps are easy, you add the Pratyaya. Now when you say imanich, always think of this section in the Angasya Dikaraha. Actually in the Bhasya Dikara, within the Angasya Dikara, it says Ishthe me yasyu. So that's the section which we also looked at, is from 154. Turishthe me yasyu. So when Ishtan imanich and yasun for there's some special rules which come over here. Keep this in mind all the time. So you have to keep this in mind. That's only Angakaryam. So we get, in this case, what do we have? The Sutram Tehe in that section is coming. This tehe comes twice, so you have to be careful over here. One tehe is diti parataha, dit pratyaya. And one tehe is to ishthe me yassu, second tehe. So here we have the pratyaya imanich. So ima is there. So so then we get, of course, first thing anubandha lopaha, halantyam, upadeshajanasika it, pratyaya is iman, then supluk. Angam gets the bhasanya, then tehe, because this imanich is following. So achvantyadi ti, ukarasya lopaha. So bhasya te lopaha ishthe me yassu. And then patiman declared like rajan becomes patima. So patima will get patima will get patutvam, will get patuta, will also get patavam. Igantachalagupurvat patavam. The last form will be Patavam. So that one will be from that Igantachalagupurvat. Igantach, but 5 and 131 get Patavam also. Okay. And then he's asking for, I think what's in the book right now. So Patavam, then Shitasya Bhava Shaityam. So there he's again imanich. These are all going to be by this sutram, which is the, see now there are these 2 rules over here. Which is, first thing we have is the Prithvadibhya imanijva. Then Varnadradibhya Shaicha. If Shai can also be used, then you'll have to use Dridhadigana. Remember, if Shai is also possible, then it should be in a Dridhadigana. Dridhadigana words take imanich, they can take Shai also. Well, in the Prithvadigana, only imanich, not Shai is coming. So if you get a word like Shaityam, so let's see, we are Shita. Let's see if Shita is in here. Yeah, Shita is there. Yes. So Shita is in the Dridhadigana. So we get imanich, so we get Shitima, and we get Shaityam. We'll also get Shitatvam Shitata. So Shitatvam Shitata, Shaityam and Shitima. Because why? Because Shita is in this Dridhadigana. So these take imanich as well as Shai. So these 2 sutras are like that. So first of all, imanich is given Prithvadigana. Then the Varna Dridhadigana, they take Shai also in addition to imanich. Then Gunavachana Brahmanadibhya Karmanicha take Shai in Karmani also. This is how this 22, 21, 22, 123, 124. So right now the word Shita and Dridhadigana. You can use Imanich as well as Shai. So right now he wants Imanich. So we did in the class Shuklasya Bhavaha. So Varna Dridhadibhya Shaicha. Varna Vishesha Vachi means words denoting color. And then Dridhadibhya Shai Pratyabhavati. Chakara Imanich. Imanich also. Tasya Bhavaha. Shuklasya Bhava Shauklyam or Shuklima. So we can get Shuklima. So we get Shauklyam. Now so we get Shuklatvam, Shuklata, Shuklima, Shauklyam. Same thing. Shitatvam, Shitata, Shitima, Shaityam. You derive Shitima, nothing special. The same steps we did over here. You know, all the same steps we did over here. Because Patu became the Patima. Same like Patu became Patima. Patu became Patima. So Shita becomes Shitima. We'll do, you know, the sutram, of course, in this case, Tehe also will work. I think in this case, we could use, yes, Chitich also probably, because this is over and anta. But anyway, Tehe is available to us. We'll use that, make it Shitima. So Shitiman Pradibadikam. Make it Shitima. Get these 4 forms. And then he wants Pruthor Bhavaha Pratima. He wants, in the homework, we are going to this Mrudor Bhavaha Mradima. We're going to get the word Mradima. So we get Mradima, we get Mardavam, get Mruduta, Mudutvam. So we get these 2 like that. So here, same thing we did in the class, we did Pruthor Bhavaha Pratima. This is Pruthu plus Nyas. So this is Prutvadibhya Imanijva. Today is the day of Ganas, I must say. I don't think we had a class. We had so many Ganas in one class. So Prutvadibhya Imanijva, which is good. That gives you an idea of this Tadita Prakaranam. So Mrudu in the Prutvadigana, Mrudu. So same steps we had for Pratima, we get for Mradima. What we do that time? Prutvadibhya Imanijva. So Prati Imanich we added. Then Anubandha Lopaha, Upadesha Jananasika It and Halantyam. Then Supluk, Supradhata Pradivikayoho. Then 6-4, the Angakaryam Ishteme Yasu, the Adhikara over there. In that comes Sutram Ruto Halader Lagoho. Halader Lagor Rukarasya. If Haladi and some Mrudu, Haladi, and say Lagor Rukarasya, it should be Lagur Rukaraha. So because in Mrudu, the Rukara is Rasvaha and there's no Sanyoga following it. It's a Lagu Rukaraha. It's a Ra Adesha Syat. Ishteme Yasu. And Pruthu, Mrudu, Bhrusha, Krusha, Dridha, Parivrujanam, Evaratvam. These are 6 words which come under this sutra. Pruthu, Mrudu, Bhrusha, Krusha, Dridha, Parivruja. So here we have Mrudu. So this is a Rukaraha which is Lagu. And Halader, Haladi. Mrudu is Haladi. So we get the Ra Adesha. Place of Ru, we get Ra Adesha. Ra means Refa plus Akara. We get Prathu Imanich. So the Adesha is not Refa, but it is a Ra Shabda. Refa plus Akara. And then of course we get the same thing, Tehe. Ishteme Yasu Parataha. Te Lopaha. We get Pratiman. The Pratima declined in, like Rajan Shabdaha. These are all in the masculine, like Pratima. So there we get Pratima, Pratutvam, Pratuta, and Parthavam. We also get Parthavam, by the way. We get one more. So we get Parthavam, like Mardavam, by Igantach Lagupurvat, Igantamangam Lagupurva. We get Parthavam. Same we get Mradima, Mudutvam, Muduta, and Mardavam. So Mradima, same steps as Pratima, we just did that by this 5-1, 122. Then we'll get Mrudutvam and Muduta by, of course, Tasya Bhavastratalau, and Mardavam by this Igantach Lagupurvat Anpratyaha, 5-1-131. Then next thing he wants is this word, what is he talking about? He's talking about the word Dirghasya Bhavaha. Now this one is in the next Gana. Dridhadiganaha. What difference between these two? Between the Prithvadigana and Dridhadiganaha. Prithvadi only takes Imanich. While the Dridhadiganaha, they take Shaincha. So this Dridhadiganaha will take Shain. So if you want to get Shain also, along with Imanich, Dridhadiganaha. So let's see 5-1. Today is the day of Ganas. So 5-1-123. Dridhadiganaha. So let's see if we can find it in there. Dirgha. Dridha Paribruda Brusha Lavanata Amla Shita Mathura Dirgha. No, I'm not seeing it here. Let's see if I can see the prior one. Prithu Mrudu Mahat Patu Anu Laghu Venu Brusha Guru Danda Chala. What's oh, Dirgha, I'm sorry. Then it's the wrong number I put there. I'm sorry. So this is 122 in the Prithvadiganaha. So this will be Prithvadiganaha. It's in the Prithvadiganaha. It's not in this is the wrong number. I'm sorry, right number I have. Okay, Prithvadiganaha. 120, Imunich. So basically Shai cannot be used. Shai cannot be used. Only Imunich by this one. So actually by this sutram it is only Imunich can be used. So now what happened, we get the same steps. So we get Dirgha plus Myas Tasya Bhavaha so Chashtyantam. Imunich Anubandalopaha Upadeshana Nasika Thalantyam we get, and then Supluk by Supadata Pradipatikayoho. Now comes the sutram which also we have seen, Priya Sphira Uru Spiroru Bahula Guru Vruddha Tripra Dirgha is here. Dirgha Vrindarakanam Prastha Spha Var Bamhi Gar Varshi Trap Draghi Vrindaha. So Varshi Bamhi Draghi Ikar Ucharnarthaha. So Varshi Brahmi and Draghi Ikar Uchartha. Basically Yatha Sankham. Look at the number 64157. Ishte me yasu, Ishtadishu. So Priya Sphira, Uru, Bahula, Guru, Vruddha, Tripra, Dirgha and Vrindaraka. Yatha Sankham. They get the Sarvadesha of Pra, Stha, Spha, Var, Bamhi, Gar, Varshi, Trap, Draghi, Vrindaha. So we have Dirgha is taking in the Adesh of Draghi. In Draghi the Ika Uchanartha Ikara Uchanartha. So Adesha is Drag. So Drag. So when we have Dirgha plus Imanich, then it gets the Draga Adesha. So we get Dragiman Pratipadikam like Rajan. So this sutram gives us these Pratipadikani. They take the Sarvadesha of these Prastha Spha Var Bamhi Gar Varshi Trap Draghi Vrindaha. So we get the Draga Desha becomes Dragima. Now next thing he wants in the book, I think is straightforward. Vini. Tapasvi and Mayavi. We did in the class this thing in the class, so nothing special here. Asmaya Medha Sajo Vinihi. Asmaya Medha Sajo Vinis. Asantam Pradipatik. Asantat Maya Medha Saj iti ete vyashcha matvarthe Vinihi. Look at the number 5-2. We're seeing a different adhikara now. Tadasyasminiti matuppa. Matuvarthe Vinihi Pratyaha. So Matup is also there, but then we'll get these also, we get Vinihi also. So right now, so Tejasvi. So we get Tejo 1, we'll also get Tejasvi. So following a Prajamatikam ending Minasakaraha or the Maya Medha Sajja, we get Vini. So Matup can also be used. So Tejasvi, Yashasvi, Varchasvi, Mayavi, Medhavi, Sragvi. So Tapasvi, Tapaha. Tapa asyasti iti tapasvi tapaswan va. So tapas plus su, tadasyasti asminiti matup, tad is pratama. So tapas plus su. These are just a copy paste from prior class. There's nothing new. It's this exact word we derived in the prior class. So we get asmaya medha sajo vinihi. Asmaya medha sajo vinihi. Matuparte. Anubandha lopaha. Because this ikara is an it to protect the nakara. If the ikara were not an it, then by halantyam nakarasya lopasyat. So nakara tranartha ikara. So this nakara is for tranartha, to protect, rakshanartha. the nakara. So the ikara as an it protects the nakara. Otherwise, you would have halantyam would have taken this away. To stop that, put the ikara as an it at the end. And then supluk as usual. And then what happens is that we get the tasaumatvarthe. Under yachibham come tasaumatvarthe. Because normally by swadishvasuramasthane, the angam should get the padasanya. With sasajusho ruttam syat. But then tasaumatvarthe. If you have a takarantam or sakarantam, followed by a pratyaya which is matvarthe, then that angam gets the bhasanya, not the padasanya. That stops sasajusho ruhu. We get tapasvin. So tasaumatvarthe, we saw that. This is that under yachibham. Yachibham is 1418. Tasaumatvarthe is 1419. Takarantam sakarantam matvarthe pratyaya parataha. Bhasanyakam bhavati. And then Mayavi is the same steps, Mayavin, same similar steps, Mayavin Pratipadikam, then of course once you get Mayavin decline like Yogin, then we have to decline, then we get the form by Saucha. This is an Anujita Adhikara, Saucha Sutram. We get the Dirgha like Yogin, so it becomes Yogi, so Saucha, Upada Dirgha by Saucha becomes Mayavi. And then next one he has the Dandin Ata ini Tanau, the same Adhikara. Tadasyastyasmin niti matup. We says Ata ini Tanau. So in fact it's interesting. We have the Ata in Tasyapatyam Adhikara, we have Ata in. That's 4-1. We just looked at that, Dasharthi, etc. And then we have Ata ini Tanau in the Adhikara of Matup. So that one is 5-1-1-1-5. So that's like Dandin, Chakrin, all these come from Balin. So we all his this we comes from this. So Adantar Pradipadikat Matvarthe Initana Dita Pratyayo Vastaha. Like Dhanikaha or Dhanin. Dhani become Dhani in the Prathama Ekavachanam. Dando Asyasti iti Dandi Dandikaha Dandavan. Matup will also come. So Matup becomes Matup by Vatup because of the Madhupadayascha Matorvo Yavadibhyaha. So but right now we're talking about Dandin, so Danda plus Su plus Ini. Steps are the same. Anubandha Lopaha, Upadeshi Jananasikait. Then Supadhatu Pradipadika Yoho, Yachibham Yasyati, we get Dandin. And then by Saucha Sutram, we just looked at that, we'll get the Upada Dirgha by Saucha 6413. Saucha, Kam Dandi. Same thing, we get Guni, Gunikaha, Gunavan, Keshi, Keshikaha, Keshavan, same thing. In fact, we also get the word Keshavaha, but the special sutra which Panini has, Keshadvonyatarasyam. So Keshadvo, we also looked at Keshadvonyatarasyam. Keshad. So that's the word for the word Keshavaha. Keshadvonyatarasyam. Same adhikara is for Keshadvonyatarasyam. I don't know why I always miss this sutram. Keshadvonyatarasyam. I'm in the wrong section, I'm sorry. That's why it is not there. It is coming in yeah. Ata initana is 52115. Ata initana 52115. And Keshadvonyatarasyam will be somewhere here. Keshadvonyatarasyam. I still didn't find it. Keshadvonyatarasyam. Here it is, 52109. Keshavaha. We'll get another form. Keshavaha by 52109. We get Keshavaha also. So, in fact, we're talking about how Keshavaha kills Keshin. Like Keshin is Shudana, right? So, interesting thing. So, Keshavaha. Okay, so that's what this is. Anyway, right now in the book, he just wants the Ata Initanau. That's the one we looked at. And then the same thing, Bhrantiman and Himavan. There's nothing really that special because Bhrantiman just add a pratyaya matup, tadasyastyasminiti matup, and in Himavan. So in Himavan, we get the 829. Madhupadayascha Matorvo Yavadibhyaha. So you get the Matorvo. It either ends in the Avarna or the Makara or the Upadha is Avarna or Makara, then the Matu, makara matu becomes vakara. So it becomes Bhrantiman, but Himavan. Himavan is of course Himalaya. Parvatah Prasiddha. So this is correct. Okay. So next lesson is the Avyaya Bhavaha. Time is up. Yes, sir.
See, in the exercise section number 5, Satikastwa and Tal we seem to have missed. I'm sure that Shurasya Bhava.
Which one? Tasya Bhava, what's the question?
In one section we seem to have missed Shurasya Bhavaha, Murkasya Bhavaha, Manushyasya Bhavaha.
Oh, I missed that, is it? Oh. So Manushyam. Oh. Okay, good. Which number is that? 5?
5.
Oh, so what happened? I took 4 and I went to 6? Oh.
So
Murkasya Bhava. Murkyam.
I was wondering whether I stepped through or I didn't understand.
Mama Bhava. Okay, hold on. Okay, Shurya, he's talking about Twa and Tal.
Yeah, Shuratvam.
It's just Shuratvam, Shurata, correct.
Shurata. But how about Shauryam?
Then Shauryam, again, this year, take it, Pratyashay is coming, right? So either you have Shauryam, if you take Maurkyam and Shauryam, right?
Yeah.
And Manusham, right?
Yeah.
Manusham. In fact, okay, let's do that. So Maurkyam, the steps, the question is Shayam Pratyaya. Now we just talked about the Ganas won't leave us today. We have to either fit it in the Dridadibhya Shaycha or the Brahmanadibhya, right? Now, if these can take the Pratyaya Imanich also, then there will be the Dridadi Gana. Otherwise, of course, we can take Brahmanadi as a Akriti Ganaha, always available to us. So two choices. First, we check and see if this is in the Dridadi Ganaha. So if you see Shura and Murkha, if they are by any chance the Dridadi Ganaha, which is 123, we can check that. 123. So Dridadibhya Shaycha. So let's see. In fact, Murkha is here, by the way. Murkha is here. So Murkha we can take Maurkyam from this one. Anyway, the question right now in the book is straightforward. He's asking about Murkhatva and Murkhata. But Maurkyam, Murkha is here. So we can use that in the, so that will take Imanich also. But Shura, so it will become like Murkhiman. So we'll get also Murkhiman with that. Unless there's other special sutram, but I think it will become Murkhiman. So Murkhima. So Murkhima and Morkhyam. Just like we have, so we had the Jadima and Jadyam. So we have Murkhima and Morkhyam. Now, is Shura in here? If Shura is not here, I don't think it is here. If it is not, then we have to go to Brahmanadi Ganaha. Shauryam. It comes in chapter 18 of Gita. Shauryam Tirudhaksham Yuddhe Chapti Parayanam Dhanam Ishvara Bhavascha Kshatran Karma Swabhavajam. So Shauryam comes in Gita. So if Shauryam comes in Gita, it's not in Dridadi Ganaha, then Brahmanadi Gana, Akriti Ganaha. So Shauryam will be Shuryasya Bhava Karmava. So Shauryam will be either, heroism, means either the state of a hero or act of a hero, heroism or somebody brave. So anyway, Murkha is in this Gana.
What happens?
So we'll get Murkhima and Morkhyam.
What happens if it is not in any of the Gana, like a Daurjanyam?
So this is a Akriti Gana, Brahmanadi. So we can extend that.
Okay, so
that one is, that's why I said Dridadi is not known as an Akriti Ganaha. Imanich you have to be careful, because Dridadi is not Akriti Ganaha. And Prutvadi also I believe is not. But the Brahmanadi Akriti Ganaha. So therefore, Shayam Pratyaya you can go to Brahmanadi Ganaha. So that is what I'm saying, like Dausthyam, Dustasya Bhava, Dausthyam. So all these, it probably is not in Brahmanadi Ganaha. That's Akriti Ganaha. Now, in Manushyam also, I don't see Manusha over here. So Brahmanadi Ganaha can be, if it's not there also, doesn't matter, we can put Akriti Ganaha. Now, one thing how about for homework? Give one homework. Manushyam. Anyway, first of all, for the homework, it's straightforward. Shurattam, Shurata, Murkhattam, Murkhata, then Manushyatam, Manushyata. Only thing in the place when tal comes, we add Ajadyata, stop, and we do the Akasam Dirgha. Now Manushyam. Now Manushyam, we say Manushyasyabha Manushyam. This is not the question being asked, but if you want to derive Manushyam, now how do you get rid of that one yakara over there? You follow? Manushyam. Manushyam, you'll get Manushyam. You get yakara, yakara, you want it. You get yakara, yakara. I think there what we have to do is that we have to use, this is the homework for you. Derive the form Manushyam for homework. Because we add, you can mention Manushya plus Shai, Adivriddhi, then Yachivam Yasyeticha. You get Manushyam, you get double yakara. So now how do you get rid of that second yakara? Okay, I'll give you the answer also, so you can just make it easy for you. You don't have to worry about it. So here it is coming in this section over here, which is the Apatyasya Taditeyanati. So this Manushya is the Apatyadhikara Manushya is formed. So this yakara takes lopa by 64151. So for homework, if you want to have some fun, derive the form Manushyam. You'll require 64151. Again, that's not being asked right now, but just as a final touch on this adhyaya, you will derive the form Manushyam. Okay, time is up. The next chapter in the book, thanks Vasu. Next chapter in the book is talking about Avyebhavaha. So all I can do right now is to give you some homework on these two sections for Avyebhavaha. First thing is the Samasa Vidhayaka Sutrani, and then Samasa Anta Pratyaya. So for homework, please take this for homework. Look at from 216, this long sutram, Avyayam, Vibhakti, Samipa, Samriddhi, Ityadi. So from this adhikar of Avyebhavaha, from 215 up to the Tadhitaha from 2, because you know from 2122 starts Tadhitaha. So for homework, just scan the adhikara from 215 to 2121 and mainly look at 216. We're going to spend a lot of the next class on this adhikara, mainly 216. So 216, and you can also look at 2115, 2112. You can also look at 2113, 2114. And then one more adhikar I want to look at is, we'll probably won't get to in the next class, but we'll look at some of it in the next class if we have time, is Samasa Antaha. Remember the Samasa Antaha at the end of 5.4? And there, Samasa Antaha is this adhikar which starts from 5468. And in that adhikara, Avyebhava is here. Avyebhave from 107. So look at from 54107 up to only a small section, 54107 to 112. So one more time. For Samas Antaha Avyebhave from 54107 to 112. In the book, that is going to be here. So in the book, he has taken Samas Antaha first. Then he takes Samas. We will do section 215 in the next class. We want to take the Samasa Vidhayaka Sutrani first before we can understand Samasa Antaha. So we'll take 215 first. That will be the section from 212. In fact, look at this. It's amazing, isn't it? How about that? 215 number in the book and 215 number in Ashtadhyayi. Same sutra. That's amazing, isn't it? So 215 number in Antoine Book and 215 in the Ashtadhyayi. Same sutra. So this is, we'll look at this from 215, number 215 up to 2121, and this is from this 54107 onwards. Those we'll probably won't look at. If we have time, we'll take in the next class from 54107 to 54112. Okay, let's stop with that. Ramo Rajamanis Sada Vijayate Ramam Ramesham Bhaje Ramena Abhiyata Nishacharchamo Rama Tasmai Namaha Rama Nasti Paranam Parataram Ramasya Dasosmyaham Rame Chittale Sada Bhautame Bho Rama Mamuddhara Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sasanamatulyam Rama Nama Varanane Shri Rama Nama Varanane.